Hello guys, welcome back to another Mass Effect Andromeda Multiplayer build guide, and today we're taking a look at the ASARI Duelist. The Duelist is another highly mobile class that works very much like a Vanguard, utilizing biotic charge, but what makes her unique is the incredible power that can be obtained by maximizing her melee sword strike. This build revolves around a very simple combo of charging in, sword striking the enemy and following up with a headshot from your weapon. It's fast, simple and very effective. Before we go in depth, a quick glance at the talent trees for those of you who are impatient. Charge, offensive biotics, and barrier. Now, as usual, however many points you have to invest is going to depend on how many ranks you have in the class itself. So to make things easy for everyone, I will recommend the paths to spend your points on in order of priority. So to start with, I would advise going 5 ranks into biotic charge, taking damage and force, then weapons and melee. Radius isn't so important because it's rare that you're ever going to charge into more than one enemy at a time, and the extra bit of beef to the ability is going to make it worth it, considering this ability is being cast pretty much as soon as it comes off cooldown, and offers a nice bit of stagger for when you want to then follow up with the melee, which leads me into this rank here, which will increase your melee damage by 30%, as well as weapon damage by 15%, which is also not something to ignore. As for rank 6, we can come back and pick that up later, as priority requires us to keep investing in our offensive capabilities before bolstering our defenses. So from here I would move into offensive biotics, and I would go all the way to rank 6, picking up power enhancement, weapons and melee, and biotic warrior. Power efficiency isn't very important as the cooldown on your charge is already very short, and you're going to see a bigger impact from the direct boost to the effectiveness of it. Weapons and melee damage, of course, because the objective is to maximize your melee and weapon damage as much as effectively possible, which is why we must absolutely take Biotic Warrior, as this is what's going to take our melee ability to the next level, as well as offering more weapon damage. Now from here we want to move into Barrier, as this is not only going to allow us to get more melee damage, but it will now allow us to start getting some defensive stats in there. But of course, this is where you're going to start relying on those extra points from increased ranks in the class. So for this tree, I recommend going 5 ranks in, picking up Unyielding Barrier and Barrier Drain. Unyielding Barrier because after we take the ability, which I'm going to recommend in a minute, we will be recovering full shields every time we use our biotic charge, which means we're going to be seeing a consistent 30% increase to our shields. We won't often be sat around waiting for our shields to recharge naturally, so we won't see much of a benefit from regeneration. We are taking Barrier Drain because we are going to be constantly meleeing, and every time we melee, we will be recharging our shields, as well as the obvious 50% increase to melee damage. So this rank 6 I would also prioritize later, but from here I would now go back and grab the rank 6 that we skipped earlier, which is in Biotic Charge, and that is going to be Bastion, which will not only give us full shields whenever we charge, combined with the fact that we now have a 30% increase to shields, but we will also be getting a combined damage resistance and damage buff for 5 seconds after we charge, which is perfect for our pistol whip combo, and is what allows us to kill everything within that combo window on gold difficulty. Obviously at this point now it comes down to how many points you have left depending on the rank of your class as stated earlier, but ideally from here I would recommend you go back into Barrier and grab the rank 6, which is going to save your ass every time shit gets real, and finally start dumping whatever points you have left into Backlash. For our gear, you will notice that I am using a rank 10 Talon. Now if you don't have a high rank Talon, I would recommend a very strong shotgun like the Piranha. The reason I'm using this Talon is because at rank 10 it's capable of cleaning up any unshielded non-heavy unit in a single headshot, whilst also being a pistol, which makes it incredibly light, so we can run a secondary weapon whilst remaining at 100% weight capacity, as well as the fact we can equip melee damage mods onto pistols. So for me this is the best ideal setup. For my secondary, I just run with a Sidewinder because it's light and it's better at range, which I pull out just to deal with Ascendant Orbs and things like that. I'm of course running with the Juggernaut Shield for the 75% melee damage boost. Regarding the playstyle of the class, you're first going to want to get a feel for when to rush into the combo and what exactly you can kill within one Biotic Charge cooldown. worst case scenario, you're going to find yourself against a heavy unit that is refusing to go down. At this point, I would just spam your melee until you can line up a headshot, move back if you need to, melee again, and keep doing that until your biotic charge comes back up and you can use that to regain your shields if necessary. Most enemies should go down without a problem unless you've just decided to go balls deep on a destroyer that has 100% HP and shields and both turrets active. That might not work out too good, so try to play it smart, pick your targets and pick your moments. Important things to take note of: your melee ability can travel through solid objects, so you can melee through cover and walls if you judge the distances right. This also applies to a dash ability. It can move through cover and walls, so combining that with the ability to regen shields at a whim, you should really have no excuse to die except in really unlucky circumstances, but obviously it all comes down to how long it takes you to get to grips with the class. You might feel very squishy and you might feel like it's the class's fault whenever you die, but I promise you, if you just have a bit of patience, stay calm under pressure, utilize your charge and pistol whip combo cleanly, learn how to evade through walls and cover when you're in trouble, it won't take long before you're a complete ninja on the field. You'll just be having fun, and the only mistakes you'll make after that will be just being overconfident, which to be honest happens to me quite a lot with this class because you can really go on some insane solo rampages with it. Anyway, that's the build, guys. I'll leave you with some gameplay and I'll try to have the next video out in the next couple of days. Of course, if you have any preferences on what class I should cover next, feel free to drop it in the comments. If you like the video, consider leaving a like, and if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing for more Andromeda content coming soon. Okay guys, until next time, take care.